Hello and welcome to the Lifestyle Edit. My name is Megan. Thank you so much for being here today. I am sharing with you what I purchased during the most recent Sephora Savings Event. This is my haul, so if you're interested, let's get started. First things first, are any of you part of the Sephora membership and did anyone buy anything during the sale? If you bought something, were you replenishing a product or were you trying something new? For me, it's a little bit of both. And most of these are actually new to me. They're not necessarily new to the market. And one of them is a product that I already like and have been using for a little while, but I got a different fragrance. So we are going to go over all of these things, and I'm actually going to show you how I've used them because I have already used them. But this way, you can see what I'm doing. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can let me know. The first thing is, this one I'm not going to show you, but this is the Kosas Sport Chemistry AHA deodorant. This is a serum deodorant, and this is the fragrance Beachy Clean. Oh, you're not going to be able to see that apparently. There you go. And it has a roller ball on top, and you shake it up and you apply it under your arms. And the AHA is very good for exfoliating the dead skin under your arms. And it also helps to, I think, to destroy, the bacteria that causes the bad odor. And just something to keep in mind is when you shake it up, you really do get a decent amount. So be very careful. You really only need one swipe. And I tend to rub it in because it feels liquidy on me, but it dries down pretty quickly after you do that. And the other thing is you do not want to use this after shaving under your arms because AHA is an acid and you don't want that to irritate your skin. So I currently am using the one in Serene Clean, which is in a green bottle. This is their Beachy Clean fragrance, and so I thought I would try something a little different. The next product I'm going to show you, I'm actually going to put in a clip here of me using it, but this is the CL Prime and Protect Primer, which has an SPF of 30. I've been using the Danessa Myricks primer, and as much as I like it, it just doesn't quite seem to be doing as much for me. I don't know if it's the different foundations I'm using or if my skin is changing again or if it's the time of year, but I'm on my second bottle of it and I'm not going through it as quickly. So I picked this up, and isn't that cute? The little bottom is just very, very different. But when you take this off, it does show a little like pinpoint, but it just squeezes out, and I'm going to pop in the picture of me applying this all over my face. It is tinted, but I don't really notice that it does anything with the tint. It's not really, in my opinion, it doesn't really make a difference. But it says that it creates a natural smooth canvas that enhances makeup grip for all-day hydration, sun protection, and lasting wear. I've used it just, I think, once or twice because it took, I think, a week for me to get my products. And I do like it so far, but we will see. It's kind of going between cooler weather and warm weather. We're on that roller coaster now that we're in the midst of fall. So I don't know if that's going to make a difference. But so far so good. It's kind of a creamy, silky feeling. It's not tacky or anything. I know it says it's good for gripping. I don't necessarily feel that, so we'll see how it does. And then I did apply my Lisa Eldridge makeup on top, the skin tint, and my Makeup Forever HD concealer because I wanted to see how that wore over it. I've actually been using my Say serum foundation. And then I'm going to share with you the Huda Beauty Baby Bake. I got the mini of the Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. I will not be using this for baking. I don't quite understand the concept of that. It's not my thing. But for setting, that's really what I'm interested in. So this has the Huda Beauty lid. Now this is in the shade Pound Cake, which is not the lightest or fairest shade, but I think it's the next one up. And this one is a little bit more, I guess, on the yellowy or peachy side as opposed to the one that she has that's more pink. It does come with a super tiny little poof, which I guess if I was doing under my eyes would be okay. And then it has the little holes in the top. So you would just tap this into the cap, or if you had something else that you wanted to use, you could just tap it somewhere else so that you could put it on. So I am going to try and put this on the back of my hand, believe it or not. And I'm going to use this makeup sponge that I have. And I am going to apply this directly under the eyes. Wow, do you see the difference in how mattifying that made that as opposed to the other side? Wow. That just makes such a difference. I forgot I had mascara on already. I just hit that right over my lashes. Okay, no big deal. And then I am going to use a brush. I'm going to use my BK Beauty 104 brush. It's a fluffy brush, but it's not the largest fluffy brush. And I'm just going to kind of put that all over and put that on my forehead. And it just took away all the shine. But my face still looks nice and bright. It doesn't look flat. You know, it doesn't look like it took away the naturalness of it. It just, took away the excess glow that I really didn't want, which is good. The next thing I'm going to show you is a bronzer. I know I don't typically use bronzer, but we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to put my hair back a little bit and see if I can, and see if I can use this. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Smooth Blur Bronzer, and it's in the shade Warm Sand Vibes. I was color matched in this a few months ago, so this may not necessarily be my shade, but I think it'll be okay. So they say to use a big fluffy brush, and I have the Real Techniques 201 brush, which is pretty big and fluffy, and I know it's clean. And we're just going to tap a little bit on the end, and you're supposed to do a sweeping C. And this is so you are putting it exactly where the sun would hit your face. The top of your forehead, the top of your cheek, and then right here on your jawline. Now, I don't know that on your jawline is because it would hit there. I think that's a little bit more just for the contour. But, hey. So then, if you don't want to do the 3, you can just kind of, but I do know that you're supposed to put it here on your cheekbone because that's where the sun would hit you, and just kind of the top of your head. You can sweep a little across your nose if you want, and then along that jawline to give a little bit of definition. But it just adds a little bit of warmth to your face. And I think you can see, even though I really didn't use a whole lot, it is just adding to that warmth. Because now the skin tints don't completely change the color of your face. It does leave it a little bit more natural and skin-like. But if I had used a medium to full coverage foundation and I was all one color, that would obviously, this would make a little bit more of a difference. So now I'm going to share, and I'm very excited about this. This is the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Bronzer. I have looked at these since they came out. I have debated getting one. And when I was going through my blush collection, because I know that I have several blushes, all of my blushes are either pink or peach. And I wanted something a little more berry toned for winter because I just feel like that's more the color that I'm leaning toward, especially when I'm doing the more purple lip. But this can also go with, a little bit peachier shade lip if I want. So this is the shade She's Wanted. And the great thing about this is that it's two blushes in one. So let me show you what I mean. So you have the powder blush down here, and then you have a cream blush, and it does have a protective layer there so that you can see I did use it already. And you can use them individually. Now these are huge pans. These are, looks like the cream is a 0.21 ounce and the powder is a 0.14 ounce. So these are very large size pans. You can see next to my hand. I mean, this is a very good size. And so you have the 2-in-1, so you can use each of them individually, or you can layer them. And they do say to layer the cream on top of the powder. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Now I do have to be careful because this is super pigmented. And I am using a tighter bristle brush because I think it works a little bit better. So I'm just going to do 2 little taps. And maybe I will put some on this paper towel. And then we are going to put these right here on the cheek. I mean, look at that color. And it just goes right on top of that bronzer. But look how pretty that is. And like I said, just 2. So I'm just going to tap it once and then go to this side because there should have already been a little bit there. Yep. And we're just going to try and blend that a little bit. All right, so it looks like I need a little bit. Well, I am going to have to share the video of me applying the cream blush to my cheeks because I realized I wasn't filming. So I pretty much finished the video and realized I wasn't filming anymore. So that being said, here is the video clip. I think I may have mentioned this, I don't remember now. Patrick Ta recommends that you put the powder blush down first and then the cream blush. And that's what I'm doing in the video. I really think that this turned out very, very beautifully. There is a technique where some people put the blush across the bridge of their nose. That's not something that I particularly like on me, and I think that's because I tend to be a little red anyway, and I can get red on my nose. So for me, that's not really a fantastic look, but some people really like it, so that is an option if you would like to do that. I just think that the final look turned out really, really well. So if you have tried any of these products before, if you're familiar with any of them, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. If you're interested in trying something, I can definitely let you know how it's working for my combination skin. One of the ladies that I follow on Instagram, we actually share a birthday together. She had gotten this because she was having issues with the Danessa Myricks serum primer, and she really likes this, so that's why I wanted to try it. Along with, I was having some issues with the Danessa Myricks as well. Again, if you have tried this Easy Bake powder, I would love to know your thoughts. I know this comes in a couple of different shades, so each one may do something different with brightening or blending. So let me know if there's one shade that you prefer over the other and why. If you have never heard of the Anastasia bronzer, let me know. I had never heard of it before. This was new to me. I will say that this is very, very nice packaging. It's actually very heavy. It's even heavier than this, and it's heavier than my Patrick Ta. So let me know if this is something you're interested in. I think this will last me forever, so I'm looking forward to using it. And then, of course, if there is a shade in the Patrick Ta that you like, I know that there are multiple shades, And I have looked at the peachier shades of this before, but I ended up going with Danessa Myricks and I really like it. So I don't know that I will get another shade. So if you guys have any questions or thoughts, please leave me a comment below. Let me know if there's something that you're interested in seeing or if there's anything you'd like to see in December. I typically try to scale back in December, which means it's really only 1 or 2 videos for the month because I'm just spending a lot more time with family and friends, but I would love to share things with you if you're looking for gift ideas or decorating ideas or anything like that. I know it's, you know, a little bit closer to the holiday, so it might be a little past that, but just let me know what your thoughts are. And then I want to say a very big thank you to all of my newer subscribers. I have gained several subscribers in the last 6 months, and I greatly appreciate that you are here and that you're taking the time to spend with me and hitting that button and being notified when I upload a video. So just know that I do really appreciate you being here, and I hope that you enjoy my content. Again, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're from and what you might want to see. I do still have some chattier videos coming up, but I have a feeling that they will be a little bit closer to January, but I would just love to hear from you. So I hope that you have a lovely day wherever you are. And please remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and I will see you next time. Bye.